Hey there, Cancer. Welcome to the channel. Sarah here. We're going to do a reading for you today for the week of March 9th to the 15th, 2026. Keep in mind, Cancer, this is just a general reading, so take only what resonates and leave out what does not. As always, feel free to delegate the energies where you see fit. If I say I'm talking about you, I could be talking about somebody with whom you are dealing and vice versa. Same goes to you, cross-watcher. And as this is a general reading for the sign of Cancer, not all of you are going through the same thing, so this may not resonate with you. If it doesn't, you can always check one of your other placements, as your messages could be there. Your other placements are usually going to be your moon or your rising, and in the case of a love reading, it would be your Venus sign as well. If you aren't sure what those are, you can always check online. There are several resources. I think Astrology Cafe is one of them. You can just type in your date of birth, your place of birth, and if you know your time of birth, that would indicate your rising sign, and you would be able to find out what it is that you should be looking for. So let's cut this deck in three. So mote it be. Let's get started. Current energies for Cancer is the Page of Wands. In the focus position, we've got the Ten of Pentacles in reverse. In the unseen position, we've got the Six of Cups in reverse. We've got in the past, the Eight of Wands. And in the future, we've got the Queen of Cups in reverse. The overall energy of this reading is the Star, major for Aquarius, influenced by the Hierophant in reverse, the Fool, and the Knight of Pentacles. All right. It looks like there may be some sort of epiphany regarding one's ability to maintain some sort of contractual agreement, maybe to be committed to something, maybe wanting to rebel against something here and take some sort of leap of faith. It's happening slowly. We will find out how it is that all of these energies, after they are clarified and unfold the story, amalgamate to equal something to do with this Star and its influencing energies. So without further ado, let's get into it. What is this Eight of Wands? Why is this Eight of Wands here? Tell us more. We've got the Six of Pentacles, the High Priestess in reverse, the Five of Swords, the Emperor, the Hermit, and the Temperance. I'm going to say that somebody, this could be you, or this could be somebody who you're dealing with. Somebody is starting to feel a certain way. We'll call this person A. I know I get a lot of backlash about this, but it's easier for me to be honest when I'm not making you statements. Okay? This person, who we're going to refer to as person A, is feeling bitter about a responsibility that they have chosen. It's looking like they got themselves caught up in a situation where what the situation was, either this person didn't learn from something that had happened in the past that was similar, meaning that there was some sort of lesson in the past that was meant to have been learned, and they didn't learn it, and they got themselves caught up in a situation where it looks like they completely missed all of the red flags that would have indicated that they were getting themselves caught up in a bad situation. or this was a completely foreign situation to this person. Okay. Now what it's looking like is that because they had moved so quickly on something and got themselves into what looks like, I don't see the Eight of Swords, but it's looking kind of like a trap, like they can't just get out of it now. They're feeling like they are being introspective about a situation from their past and wanting to reconcile that situation. We'll say that whatever that situation from the past is person B. Taking some level of accountability here and wanting to reconcile. Can we get more on this energy for Cancer? Paranoid, cautious, they're insecure, guarded. And we've got trophy, prize, karmic relationship, third party. So it looks like person A got themselves into a connection really quickly. We see that there's a third party situation, karmic relationship, that is not working for them right now. Now, they're realizing something about what it is that they got themselves caught up in, and realizing something about a past situation. We're going to refer to that as person B, and wanting to reconcile this situation. Can we get a little bit more on this energy here? We've got poverty, and we've got high honor. Great fortune. So that's what it looks like. It looks like person B maybe holding a maybe being held on a pedestal by person A at this point. Now, it could be that person B was ostracized from this connection, pushed out, maybe experienced some level of who knows, financial difficulty could have been part and parcel of the package here for person B. But it looks like person B was able to overcome that adversity and move forward and do probably quite well for themselves. We do see trophy, prize, we see great fortune. So it looks like person B moved on to do something pretty great with their life as a result of this adversity, and person A is left disappointed here with the choice that they had made, and it looks like they got themselves involved in a third party situation. So tell us about this Page of Wands. What is this Page of Wands? What is this Page of Wands? So we've got the Four of Swords in reverse. Yeah. And the Knight of Cups, the Knight of Wands, the Four of Wands, the Page of Cups, and the Justice in reverse. So something was done here. Something was done to person B that was not fair. It was after person A had gotten themselves involved in this other situation where they're kind of showing up as being a little stuck in it, or were in the past. Now, what I'm seeing here is that person A has received some sort of communication about potentially wanting to break the silence here with person B. Things have been no contact, and it's what I'm seeing here. We see both the Knight of Cups and the Knight of Wands here. I'm seeing an energy of impulsivity, but also romanticism. So I am seeing that person A is holding person B now on this pedestal. We've got high honor, a lot of idealization going on here, wanting to reunite is what it's looking like, and really wanting to extend the olive branch, maybe make peace, make a peace offering, maybe apologizing about something that had happened here that was not okay. There was some sort of action that was taken against person B that may have left them destitute And it looks like they've overcome some major adversity since being in this connection. Can we get more on this Page of Wands? We've got new opportunity here. Courage and strength after being sabotaged. So it does look like person B is doing much better here. Let's get a little bit more on this. Finding the courage and the strength to move on. That's what I said. Whatever adversity it is that person B had undergone as a result of having, there was something that was done against person B by person A that put them in that position in the first place. We've got mask showing up here. Well, that would explain this Knight of Cups energy. We've got the clouds here, and we've got privileged lady. I'm going to say this third party that person A chose to connect with appeared to be everything that person A thought they wanted. Person A had criteria that would indicate exactly what it is that they wanted moving forward in a relationship. And this third party came forward, and it looks like they made themselves look very appealing to person A. Person A may have had certain standards that they were looking for in order to have that food. Their standards, whatever standards it was that person A was holding on to, I'm going to say they felt like it was not going to be easy to fulfill these standards, and person A found what they thought was going to be the best option for them, okay? Now it's showing up here that this confusion, they were confused. They fell for a false person, a mask here, and sabotaged something with person B in order to fulfill this third-party connection, which turned out to be a karmic situation that it's still looking like they're kind of stuck in. Okay. And now we're also seeing this Ten of Pentacles in reverse. So what's going on with this Ten of Pentacles in reverse? What's this Ten of Pentacles in reverse? We've got the Six of Cups, or sorry, the Eight of Cups. Sorry, geez, this is the Six of Cups in the unseen position. Okay, so the Eight of Cups, the Ace of Cups, the Two of Swords. We've got the Queen of Pentacles, the Ace of Wands in reverse, and the King of Swords. I'm going to say that right now, person A is wanting to take action towards walking away from this situation that they're stuck in that's not been very healthy. It looks like they want to move on to something new. I don't know that they're moving towards person B. It looks like person A has somebody new in their life that they're moving towards. And so right now, they're not taking any action towards person B. They might feel like there was something that was done against person B that is not going to be forgiven. But it does look like person A is getting out of this karmic situation, and it looks like they're moving towards something new, is what it looks like. I'm going to say their financial situation may be taking a huge hit here as a result of taking this action to get out. It's going to affect their stability here. Can we get a little bit more on this energy, this Ten of Pentacles in reverse? So they're realizing that they idealized something here. It was too good to be true. Okay, idealized, too good to be true, which I was already seeing that with the mask and the Knight of Cups and the clouds. There's something here. They were not expecting to be on this roller coaster. So this means something very specific, is that one day they felt like they were being loved and doted on by this third party. There may have been some love bombing. I kind of, now that I'm looking at this and I realize that the Knight of Cups showed up with the Knight of Wands, that's kind of like a major love bombing energy. I didn't really look at it that way, but now that I'm seeing this, I'm seeing love bombing. Person A was made to feel very, very special. It looks like person A also held that third party on a pedestal, felt like they made the third party feel very special, because as far as they were concerned, the third party was very special. The third party was representing a standard that met their criteria. And so now what's happening here is that person A is saying, I was connected to person B, and I know now that the mask has slipped, the grass was greener on the other side. They're keeping track, making comparisons between these two connections, and they're realizing that the grass was indeed greener on the other side when they were with person B. I'm going to say, though, that person A is not going towards person B. They're getting out of this third-party situation, this karmic situation, and moving towards somebody new, okay, is what it's looking like. Can we get a little bit more on this Ten of Pentacles in reverse? We've got the flowers. It is showing up here that at some point person A is going to want to make peace with person B. Person B is showing up as having matured a lot. So it looks like these two energies have not been around each other for some time. Person B and person A are at a great distance from each other. Maybe it's just energetically, but it could be physically. There may be a lot of distance between these two people at this point, okay? So in what we don't see coming here, we've got the Six of Cups in reverse. Can you give us something on this Six of Cups in reverse, please? What is this Six of Cups in reverse? We've got the Nine of Swords in reverse. The Nine of Pentacles. The Ace of Pentacles. The Knight of Pentacles, the Two of Cups, and the Queen of Pentacles. I'm going to say, you know what I'm seeing, honestly, is that person A is perfectly comfortable dodging and avoiding what happened in the past. This is now what I'm seeing here. I just heard why revisit the past? The past is in the past for a reason, and let's just leave it back there. That's what person A is saying. Even though it looks like person A has not actually paid retribution to person B for something that they had done against them. So there's going to be some sort of karmic, even though it looks like there was a karmic lesson in this relationship, they're still not taking some, I do see that they feel like they want to apologize. They do want to make peace, but it's showing up here that because there's such bad memories that they would have to revisit regarding the past, they would rather just live in their little bubble and pretend like everything's fine. That's what I'm seeing here. They're just going to pretend like everything's fine. It does look like there is mutual love between A and B. It's what it's looking like. And it looks like eventually, slowly, with this Knight of Pentacles, they may come in and eventually make an offer. But right now, it's showing up here that I'm almost getting like person A is in a position where they're feeling too prideful to move quickly here. They're trying to get out of this other situation, and it looks almost like they are moving towards a new relationship that has nothing to do with this karmic situation or person B. Can we get a little bit more on this Six of Cups in reverse? We've got soul tie, inseparable showing up here, and shock and surprise, concealing, deception. There's something here, I'm just going to say, this person A did something against person B. I feel like we've already established that, but I don't know that person B has the full story on what happened here. There's some sort of deception that had taken place here, and it's looking like it would be shocking for person B to find out exactly what it was that had happened. So there could, I don't know, it could be anything. It could be slander, it could be something legal, it could be anything. But whatever this is something that's meant to get ironed out. And it's likely meant to be ironed out in this life. But for as long as person A is holding on and avoiding, I'm almost getting like person A feels like time heals all wounds. And at some point, we can completely pretend like none of this ever happened and just move on. And I don't know that that's going to be possible. I do see person B being very, very heavy-hearted in the future, but we will take a look at that Queen of Cups in reverse in a minute. We've got letter and unexpected income. There's something unexpected incoming, and it looks like it's communication. And we've got occupation at the bottom of the deck. There's something that's unexpected, some shock or surprise coming in. It looks like it's something that is related to something person A already knows and is deliberately trying to hide because it's something they don't want to face. It's a bad memory of the past that they don't want to face. They don't want to face any kind of backlash or any, like, dodging bullets is kind of what I'm seeing, hearing. But there's some sort of communication that's coming in towards person B that is going to force this information to come out anyways. That's what it looks like. And then that's what it is that's going to bring these two people together. And if you look at the unexpected income card, and we also see the Ace of Pentacles, it's coming in slowly. Something coming in slowly that is unexpected. All right, so what's going on with this? It looks like this is person B. What's this Queen of Cups in reverse? We've got the King of Swords. And we've got the Eight of Swords in reverse. The Empress. The World in reverse, the Judgment, and the Eight of Pentacles. There's something here about occupation, working. Is this something to do with person A's job? May be at risk. I'm just going to say this third party, it's looking like this third party might be taking some sort of retaliatory measures here. It's looking like, I'm just going to say, person A is getting out of a bad situation and it's looking like they're moving towards something new right away. So this is going to create problems. It's looking like person B here has nothing to do with any of this, but somehow there's something here that ties person B to the situation. And I don't know if person A is losing their job. It looks like there's something unexpected that's going to happen that's going to affect person A adversely, and somehow person B there's something that happened to person B because of something person A had done, and it looks like they took some sort of cruel, punitive measure against person B in the past, and this hurt person B, and now person B has overcome this adversity here. And now there's going to be some sort of karma here for person A, trying to get out of this really difficult situation. They know that the grass was greener when they were with person B. They're not going back to person B because that would mean they'd have to swallow their pride in some way and actually admit something. And I don't know that they have the courage to do this. So it looks like they're moving on to something new. But this walking away from this karmic situation and moving towards something new is going to influence this third party, this karmic person, to take some sort of action against person A, is what it's looking like. Okay, can we get a little bit more on this Queen of Cups in reverse? We've got Lost, and we've got Chaser. Threats uttered. There's going to be some sort of threat that this karmic person has already uttered that they are going to follow through on here, is what it's looking like. Person A has started to chase another energy here. I'm going to say that this already started out very toxic. It looks like there was like a lot of love bombing going on here, and they got themselves, it looks like it moved quickly. I already established that. Something moved quickly. It was very toxic, the love bombing, you know, let's shack up together. We love each other so much. And now the person A had to find out the hard way that this karmic person was not who they thought they were. And now they're trying to get free from this. And there's going to be some sort of, there's been some sort of threat that it looks like this karmic person is going to fulfill. They've uttered a threat and they are going to fulfill this now. They're going to, and it looks like it may have something to do with harming this person's work. Job could have something to do with that. We've got the Choice here coming in, and we've got marriage, moving towards a new lover. That's what it looks like person A is doing. And it doesn't look like they're moving necessarily towards person B because it looks like they're holding off on that. I don't know how serious this new connection is for person A. It looks like this could just be a rebound situation to get out of something that's very, very difficult. And at some point in the future, person A and person B come together in some way. And it looks like it's after there's been some really adverse situation now that person A has to face as a result of this karmic taking some pretty harsh action against them. So let's take a look at the bottom of the deck. Cancer, we've got the Star, we've got the Hierophant in reverse, the Fool, and the Knight of Pentacles. So it does look like person A is having some sort of epiphany about the connection that they've been involved in. They don't want to be there anymore. They're not feeling committed to this. They're ready to take a leap of faith towards something new here. And it does look like some sort of communication is slowly incoming that person B is not expecting. And it looks like person B is about to find something out that's going to affect them. It looks like person B is doing just fine. So I hope for most of my querents that you identify as person B. If you're person A, you may be in for something very, very difficult coming in, okay? Just be aware of that. So let's get some final messages here for you. I just want to forewarn you, I don't really read these cards at face value, but let's get some out anyways. You and I were too young, so it looks like person A and person B knew each other much. That's what I was getting. This was a long time ago that these two were connected. I left you before you could leave me. It looks like they are leaving a situation, person A. And it looks like both parties are becoming better people. I'm becoming a better person. I knew exactly what I was doing. I'm getting that person A did something, like I said, against person B, and they're trying to dodge having to face any kind of repercussion for that. That's what it's looking like. So Cancer, that is your reading for the week of March 9th to the 15th, 2026. I'm going to extend this. So if you're a member of my channel, you will be able to access the extended for this reading along with all of my other extendeds. If you want just the extended for this reading, it's on Patreon. The link for that is in the description box below. If this is indeed where we part, well, I hope that if this resonated for you, that you got something from this. I thank you so very much for all of your support, your likes, your shares, subscribes, and hypes. And until I read you again, take care and bless.